Hello everyone, this is JP. I'm here with another client, Ron, and he's just going to share a few experiences with you about his experience of myofascial therapy and the treatment work that we've been doing together. So Ron, first of all, welcome. Tell me why you came to me in the first place. What were you looking to get out of it?
Well, it's a personal reference from my wife who'd had some sessions with you. And what I was looking to get out of it was really to see if I could improve my general mobility and sense of well-being.
Okay, all right. And did you have any specific issues with your body that you were looking to try and improve as well?
Yes, absolutely. There's no doubt I had problems around the shoulders, particularly my right shoulder, and also generally tightness around the hips.
Right.
So I had this interesting thing that even though there I was running every day and doing these kind of things, I was actually almost locked into a position where I was all right, but I felt I could have felt healthier.
All right. So, I mean, you've been working with me for quite a number of months now, but let's go back to those early sessions. The treatment that I did and the effects that it had on you, give us a few kind of rundown of a few lists of things that have helped.
Well, it really was interesting that if I can measure it in this way, I run on the beach each morning, and what I noticed as I was running, and the good thing about it is because I run really early, no one else has been on the beach, yours are the only footprints, and in fact the length of my stride increased. So I'd say it probably increased by about 25%.
All right, that's big.
Yeah, well, the thing I had to check when I come back was, are you sure that's my footprints? Because I don't stride that long. And so it really was quite a significant increase. And at my age and stage, that's pretty nice, really.
Yeah, okay. How are your shoulders?
Well, a lot more, in a way, because I do a fair bit of computer work, and I'd actually just had overuse injuries from using a shovel or moving things, that my shoulders really kind of became locked in, and I was into a situation where ultimately I required cortisone treatment. But what's happened is that I've now got much more movement in the shoulders. And the other good thing is that I've now got a set of exercises that I can do that helps me self-manage.
Yeah.
So if I'm particularly aware that my shoulder's going to be, maybe my right shoulder's going to get a little painful, I can actually offset that by doing the exercises that you've taught me, which means that I'm able to work my way through the day.
Great, great. So we've, just to recap, we've done a foam roller program and also a mobilizer program just to help with Ron. Obviously that helps you self-manage, so that's a pretty useful thing for you because you're a pretty busy man. I only get to see you once a month.
Yes.
So it's a pretty useful thing for you to be able to do that and be able to take that anywhere with you wherever you travel.
Yes, absolutely. And really, it seemed to me the great gift that you offer is that too many people rely upon the medical model as they get older to deal with wear and tear and just not feeling well. Well, really there's got to be a better understanding of the way our bodies work that enable us to say, oh, that's, if I did it this way instead of that way and I did this exercise, then I'm not going to need medication, I'm not going to need painkillers, because I'm actually going to be able to work my way through the day and do my normal routine. The other thing that I want to say that I think is significant, we have what I call a bit of a blueprint pushed at us all the time by articles in newspapers saying here's the perfect body, here's the perfect person, this is what you ought to be. Well, it doesn't matter what happens, and you're wonderful, but I'm not going to be Cadell Evans, and I'm not going to run like Kathy Freeman. But you take what the person has and you add to that.
Yeah, okay.
And that's what it's the non-blueprint notion.
Sure.
Here's a person with certain characteristics, physical characteristics. How can I make her or him perform better? And that, for me, is the really significant thing. Because otherwise what happens, and this is really a problem, is that people feel inferior. Because no matter what happens, you know, I'm not going to run around a football field like Matthew Pavlich. I don't want to run around a football field like Matthew Pavlich. I am what I am with all my limitations, but it's better if I can actually run around and do stuff and feel better than I did before. That's what you do, and that's the significant difference with a lot of people who kind of preach at you. You don't do that. You say, this is what he is, he's got this, we'll get this fixed up, we'll do this, and let's see how you go.
Well, it's personalise it for
Yes.
everyone. So that's an important thing. The other thing that I think would be worth just mentioning is the two things I'm talking elbows and knees.
Yes.
I'm interested just to share those stories with the people out there about what has happened elbows and today knees.
Yeah, well, I mean, isn't it interesting? We go through life with certain experiences. I had what I call a tennis elbow, and the last time I played tennis was in fact in Canberra place, and I hadn't used because my elbow hurt for all that time. And now back about 2 months ago, I mentioned it to you, and you did some work on my elbow, and it stopped hurting, and it hadn't stopped hurting for about 35 years. And then the other one was we just did an exercise on the vibration platform this morning, and because I had knee cartilage injuries when I was younger, the thing you didn't do was you didn't take your knee out of correct line. You tried to keep everything in training. And I just did things that I haven't done since I was 16 because I was scared that my knee cartilage would break and I'd lock my knee up. And I've just done that, and I haven't done that since I was 16. And I'm still walking around, and I'm not needing a doctor. So we've actually got through a couple of big steps, which shows that if you know what you're doing, which you do, and you've got the confidence to do it, which I have, you can actually make some significant changes. And isn't that remarkable?
It's fantastic. All right, thank you very much, Ron, for sharing your experiences. And anyone interested in myofascial therapy has obviously got to come along.
Oh, look, I'd recommend it because, you know, like, this life isn't a training run. This is it.
Yeah.
And you want to be getting the best out of it. And you've got what you've got in terms of your physical assets, and you should just try and make them work better.
Yeah.
And life goes easy.
Great. Thanks, Ron.
Okay.